Hello, everyone. Hopefully, everyone's on a fantastic Easter Sunday. Why wouldn't you be? Liverpool are back top of the Premier League table. Manchester City and Arsenal both drew, so Liverpool are in the driver's seat for the Premier League title. Of course, let us know all of you are in the comment section down below. As you can see, I am joined by two very special guests. Obviously, we've got Jack from the After Row TV, and of course, we've got Nige on as well. Lads, first of all, one disclaimer, chat as well. the guy next to me is yeah, so if anyone wants to give him a new voice box, then please donate to @mckendo.com. But Jack, how are we? Are you okay? Apart from your voice.
Buzzing, lad. Buzzing off me tits. Yeah, just come off the back of a 4-hour live stream. So I don't know how much use I am going to be tonight. But I'm made up. Made up that we've got the result over the line. We applied that pressure onto City and Arsenal. But I've got to credit Arsenal for what was a very great performance. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, obviously Arsenal bottled. Nah, nobody never. That come at the end of May could be a very important point. It was massive for us today, but I made up that Arsenal didn't go to the Etihad and absolutely fold like a deck chair and like my voice on this post-match.
To be fair, I kind of go against that. I think Arsenal and Man City were very, very poor.
No, it was a good defensive performance, I felt.
It was a shambles. Like it was two tactical teams that didn't want to attack. Like that. That's how it was. Like it was two teams who definitely didn't want to lose the game. But yeah, I've seen a lot better title games than that. But Nige, how are we? Hopefully you're well, lad. Buzzing the same as me and Jack, or
yeah,
still a bit nervous because again, what are we 9 games away from potentially being champions? But how were you after that game?
The difference between Arsenal, Manchester City, and us is we've got our right back, centre back, left back, Joe Gomez, picking up the ball in injury time in our left back position and suddenly trying to go down the wing and attack, and we nearly concede because of it. The other two are going out and trying to be negative and say, we won't lose this. We're going out and we're trying to be positive. We're the only one of the three that's just going out there and trying to be positive and affect the game. We didn't start well, but we fought against probably the toughest opponent we've had all season in that idiot with the whistle.
We could probably spend a whole episode on David Coote because he was
absolutely
awful.
The standard of refereeing is atrocious, but he is the worst of the worst. He's absolutely diabolical, but we rode against it. I've been saying it for the last 2 or 3 days. We need to play well to negate the effect that some of these guys are having on our game, on our games in general. And all season it's been happening. And second half, once we scored the equaliser, which was a great goal by Diaz, a brilliant finish, and how they were looking at VAR for offside, and the last ball hit a Brighton defender. What stopped us finishing them off was poor finishing. They were helped by you know who, and our lack of just too much passing at times. And then when we suddenly started putting the ball forward, we were cutting through them.
I've got to mention, no lads as well, and everyone in the comments, the way we finished that game, I was very nervous. I didn't like it. I would have liked to have been a bit more cute. Take our time. It was almost like, I think there was a transition at the back end of that game where there was 6 Liverpool players in Brighton's half with 2 minutes to go. I'm sorry, for the next 9 games, you cannot be doing that. I get, as Nigel said, you want to be a bit more risk taken, but fair play. Do that when you're you're losing 2-1 with 5 minutes to go. Not when you're winning 2-1 for me. I think it could hinder us in the long run this season if we continue being that gun-ho. I didn't like that.
You know, it was similar to what happened against United. It very much felt like, certainly, I think it was the transition. I think with Cody, with Conor Bradley, sorry, going on to the. I don't know if there's interference.
A bit of playback there, boys.
Sorry.
But I don't know whether or not if it was, because the substitutions for me today, like, again, I think Liverpool did well to beat that Brighton side. I think a lot of us thought, because, again, De Zerbi and Brighton, they don't really have anything to play for. They're going to get into European football, I think, this season. I think they'll comfortably do that as well. But still, it's a very tough team. You know, Jurgen said it before the game and even during the week that, you know, there's a reason why De Zerbi is probably one of the most sought managers out there, because of how difficult it is to play against them. And Klopp, and obviously, Jack, you'll be loving that, Klopp saying that. But no, it's the fact that Klopp hasn't beaten him while he's been while De Zerbi's been at Brighton, and of course, you know, Jurgen at Liverpool. Obviously, today was the first game he's beaten him since he's come to Brighton as well. So, but I agree with you, lads. I think if we're going to win this title, we need to kill games off, and also
game management.
Game management is a massive thing for us, because towards the back end of that game, it was too nervy. Every single time Liverpool went forward, I just didn't get it. I didn't get why we didn't go into the corner. I didn't get why we didn't play the possession-based football. It was like if Liverpool was chasing goals at time towards the back end, but hopefully, of course, Jurgen will, you know, iron that out. But it is, you know, again, a worry for potential future games as well. Obviously, next week against Manchester United, I know we play Sheffield on Thursday, but Manchester United away, that's a huge, huge game for Liverpool in the title race, for sure. But again, get your guys' thoughts in the comments anyway. Let us know your guys' thoughts, how all of you are as well, and let us know your guys' thoughts. Red Machine's in saying, yo, Man City 0, Arsenal 0. Well, boring. Yeah, I did think it was a boring game. I think, was it 3 shots in total in the whole 90, which, again...
there we go.
Go on. Jeez, Jack, too much crap. I'm certain that's Dyches with hair. They're cousins, if didn't know. But didn't think we could find any worse than Hooper or Porterdi. But today we did. Again, David Coote's always been one of those.
He's cost us over the last couple of years. I think Nigel will probably remember. There's been, over the last couple of years, he has been in the VAR control room when it's gone to absolute put, really.
Virgil van Dijk against Everton. Put him out for 2 years, basically.
So,
and again, Joe Pickford didn't get sent off for that, which, again, I'll never understand how he didn't get sent off that day as well. But Kristen as well, we got Chris saying, our right-hand side of our defence, massive problem today. In the end, win all that matters. Good weekend for us in the title race as well. To be fair, I think, you know, I'll ask Nige this. To be fair, I think having... Obviously, they've been experienced in this team so far this season, but I think Jarell, even though they did attack us at times pretty well down that side, I think Conor Bradley and Jarell Konsa did a really good job. I think it would have been easy for them after that first goal went into for their heads to properly go in the sand. But I think, again, Conor Bradley, when we speak about Trent on the ball, I think there is no better player in that position than Trent. But for me, I don't think we've missed Trent as much as what we thought that we would, because Conor Bradley's been that good. But Nigel, what's your thoughts on the right-hand side of Liverpool's defence today? Because for me, I thought they had a very solid game after the first goal.
I'm going to go back, I think, 2 years. Do you remember? I think we were playing Brighton, same team. We were playing Brighton. And I think we got beaten by them. It was like 3-1 or something like that. And they ripped us apart in the channel between where Mo is and right back, because Trent kept coming forward and they kept knocking the ball into 50 yards of space in over the top, down our right-hand side. They were trying to do that again today, and they did get a little bit of success with it. So, like, you know, they seem to have a plan early on anyway. That's what the goal came from, and they nearly got another couple. So it's got to be, we have to be a little tighter on that side. We can't keep, like Jack said there a few minutes ago, we can't keep going and be gung-ho all the time and pushing forward. We've got to try and hold our positions at times and not get caught with that little knock ball over the top. I don't know if you remember that game, but I remember it bloody vividly. We got hammered.
It's just being streetwise though, innit? Everyone and lads on the panel. It's like, I think the game me and Connor went to, the 3-3, I think it was, a couple of seasons ago. I remember Ox getting dragged over by Jürgen about 50 times in that game.
All game.
Yeah, because Ox was, I think, similar. No protection for Trent, and I think whoever was playing for Brighton was absolutely destroying us. Down
it was a fella called Alexis McAllister that destroyed us that day, I think.
Yeah. But it's just being streetwise though, lads. I think today we done enough to win that game, but on another day we obviously drop points. But I think hopefully this season it's a young squad as well, though, lads. I think when you look and analyse this team, there's a lot of experience, but there's also caveated by a lot of inexperience and a lot of immaturity as well in certain players' performances. But that will come with the new manager, with the obviously added year. Just look what it's done to Arsenal today as well. Much better than last season performance at the Etihad. And it's only going to bode well. And we'll wax lyrical about Maka very soon as well.
Yeah, we will, because as the title says, man of the match performance today from Maka yet again. I can't thank you, Brighton, I should say, for Alexis McAllister, because again, £35 million for him is again outrageous bit of business from us. But Chris Ing, I was pulling my ear out seeing us trying to get another goal in added time, was shouting, put it in the corner. Yeah, I think everyone was. As well, Gary's in as well, saying Talio Albin. Liverpool will win the Prem. Let's hope so, Gary. Again, 9 games to go, 9 finals to go, and hopefully we can do it as well. Big up to Doug as well, saying get in. Jack needs to get some lockets as well.
Needs a new voice box, lad, I think.
I think that's in reference to David Coo. Anyway, thank you, Doug.
Hopefully it's not me.
Out of context there, Doug. But yeah, I know what you mean by that. But yeah, absolutely 100%. That was the scariest game of the season. Says Red Machine. Yeah, again, I'm just taking a look and now on my phone of average positions. And to be fair, Brighton's I look at ours, and ours is pretty much a 4-2-3-1. And then I look at Brighton's, and it's kind of like a 2-4-2-2, yes, which was weird. But again, it worked for them, and look, they did cause us a lot of problems.
Shout out that the young lad as well. Make sure I get his name right. Andingira, number 24. I said on my watch along, if he continues playing like that in the next years to come, I think he'll certainly be getting snapped up. I think he was at McAllister's brother's team last season. Got a fair couple of goals as well, but he just looks like another gem, another Brighton prodigy that they've brought through. Young lad with a lot of talent. Obviously, Ivory Coast. I don't know if he's international, but he'll certainly break into that national side. But he caused us a lot of threat down that left-hand channel. And they just keep on reeling them off, don't they, boys? It's amazing. The way they are run is probably one of the best run clubs in all of Europe. If you're United, you're snapping your hand off if you can get a bit of what Brighton have got so far in terms of every department, the way they run.
I'm just taking a look now. He's got he's played 22 games in the Premier League this season, 6 goals, 1 assist, which, to be fair, considering I think, again, first season, just taking a look at his last 5 games as well, I think he got 2 goals against Sheffield as well, but I think 5 games ago as well for Burnley.
He did.
Sorry, as well. But again, it's like you said, Jack. They keep on developing these players. Now, again, looking at their team for Brighton, obviously Danny Welbeck scored the goal. Obviously Lamptey's playing right mid or right wing back. they've got the usuals there, but like Brighton keep on signing these, South American lads that are for £4, £5, £6 million, and will keep turning them over for 100 mil. And that's the best thing of what Brighton have done, And again, we know the one club who's trying to buy that's Chelsea, in that sense. But everything that Brighton do, for me, I think it's the best way of football in that sense.
The model's amazing, though, lads, and just like you mentioned Chelsea there, like Todd Bowley and everyone at Chelsea must be going, what are he doing? It's I said on my watch long today, you can take all like the top people out of the club, but it's the infrastructure that Brighton have got so well. You can take all the top people, but it's deep rooted at that football club. The everything about it is run so well. So even if De Zerbi does leave Brighton, they'll bring in the next new great young manager in European football. They'll bring in the next young talents as well. So it only bodes well for them.
I think I was reading yesterday that Chelsea have hired 28 former Brighton staff.
That's embarrassing.
That's ridiculous. If you want to buy a football club, just go and buy Brighton. Todd Bowley. Anyway, but we will get on to the actual football, of course. Obviously, Danny Welbeck did score after 2 minutes. I think it was 90 seconds he scored that banger anyway. But I want to just dive into talking about the man of the match. For me, Alexis McAllister. He is phenomenal. Again, 35 million quid. Nige today, outstanding in the 8. Again, I can't find more words to describe of how good Maka is, but he's just finding new levels, isn't he? Week in, week out at this Liverpool team. Just
everything, absolutely everything. Like, he was sitting back earlier in the season and playing the 6th role, and now Endo's come in. Endo had a good game as well today, by the way. The two of them together in that system is just he just absolutely ran the game today. He was magnificent. That pass for Salah's goal, it's just like it allowed Salah to just get the ball into himself, into his feet, so he could turn and do the little curler. It was such a good ball. I mean, it just like it's not everybody that can pick a pass like that. He just has it everything. He can put the foot in. He'll run back. He'll track. He'll link up the play. Just everything. Immense today again.
Yeah, no, and it's just the control though. Like he makes it look so easy. Like, and that's the thing where, I think when we spoke about what is Liverpool's best midfield in, I think any context this season, for me, Alexis McAllister's been in there 100%, whether or not that's the 6 or the 8. Like, and I think Jurgen mentioned in the press conference for Brighton, Liverpool had an expectation of Alexis McAllister and what he was going to do to this team. But I think, like Jurgen said, he's taken it to a complete other level. And to think about where the midfield was 12 months ago, just really good and really fun seeing a midfielder just
if he's not nominated for a player of the year, considering there's the way some people are being talked about, particularly midfielders are being talked about, there's something seriously wrong. He is the outstanding player in midfield this season. Rice has been good, but not to that impact. He helped Arsenal a lot.
He's the signing of the season.
Absolutely.
There's no way around it. Like, again, Rice has been amazing for Arsenal. I would 100% agree with that.
Only 70 million more, though.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the difference. Like, Maka, £35 million. Thank you, Brighton, for that, by the way. But again, it just goes to show that not everyone has to cost £100 million to be the best midfielder one of the best in the Premier League.
And that's what we've got to remember in the next 12 to 24 months as well, though, lads. And chat, if with the new manager coming in, it's not always going to be your sexy 70, 80 million pound players. Proof's in the pudding there. You can get deals. And even like, I've got to mention Endo as well, though. There, Nigel's alluded to him. Exceptional again. I think the one thing, he's a really clever player as well, Endo, because the amount of times today where Brighton were playing all their attacking flair. He was just always in the way. I made up that he only got a yellow card. It felt like he was on a yellow card for the whole game, but he was just clever. The way he was just throwing the ball away, getting in the way of the free kicks as well. You can't teach that. You just got to be a born winner, and that's what Rodri does so well. That's what obviously Declan Rice done so well today as well. Just that nastiness as well. But speaking about deliveries as well, though, lads, that disallowed goal, we were robbed of the pass of the season, the assist of the season from Salah, who absolutely sliced their back line open. And for me, Dunk was playing him on with his ass, but it is what it is. Thankfully, it didn't stop us winning the game, mate. But yeah, Joe Gomez as well. Quansett stepped in. But I think Lucho as well. And you know me, lads, and everyone watching, I've been heavily critical of Diaz this season. I want to see a lot more from him. Similar with Szoboszlai as well. I'll get to him as well. He had a very good game. But in terms of Diaz, that was, for me, one of his best performances in a Liverpool shirt today. It had everything. Defensive work as well off the ball. Getting the equaliser as well was extremely pivotal, where other attackers and other defenders for Brighton were all asleep. Not Diaz. He was alert. He reacted to it as quick as possible. And obviously getting it on the volley as well. That's not, by no means, is an easy chance to put away on the volley as well. And he was there to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think Lucho is starting to look back to his best. Again, though, I think we've all said it that it would take Liverpool until now to be at our best. Where we think that we could then push forward, and we know Klopp in the last 10 games. I think since Klopp's come in to Liverpool, I think that we have the best record. I think for the last 10 games of the season, and the Klopp.
We've got the best running, though, Con. I'd say we've got the more favourable running. I don't know, but I
think Arsenal have the worst running. If you look on average league position, I think Arsenal do have the toughest tab. I think it's close altogether, but yeah, of course, it makes me excited. It makes me really excited when I think about it, and I just don't want to think about it.
Villa and Spurs will win and lose the league. City, Liverpool, and but yeah, Michael. By the way, this is I'm just doing it in a Sean Dyche. It makes me sound a bit more sexy, doesn't it, boys? Instead of me more squeaky scout. Yeah, of course. I can't even do that. Well, there we go.
That's all you need now is a proper leather jacket and just a tough, a tough guy act. That's all you need now. Anyway,
I get a job on Sky Sports. Maybe.
You can be but to be fair, you need to grow a great beard first to be the Roy Keane. Anyway.
I don't think, the Manx would be happy with me having me and Jamie Carragher squeaking our way on telly.
Jack, you'd have to learn a new language.
Oh, yes.
Talking through your arse.
Yeah, true. What, for Carragher or Keane?
All of them.
I do that on a regular anyway.
Every single bloody one of them.
Yeah.
Genuinely, like listening to like Michael Richards today. Obviously, he's there for Man City ex-player, but he's an Arsenal fan, so it's like it's a win-win for him either way. Anyway, but remember she's saying we always take to April, March to get going proper. Apart from 1920, 100%. As well, even Dyche, or you've hit. But to be fair, if Liverpool win the league, then I think all of us probably do that again. Anyway, at the end of the season,
there'll be one party everywhere around the world for Liverpool fans.
Oh yeah, 100%. But we'll talk a little bit about Mo then, because of course Mo got the winning goal for Liverpool, as you mentioned, Jack. Obviously, unlucky not to get an assist as well in that Lucho finish as well. Not the best performance from Mo today. Obviously, he is going through Ramadan at the minute, and you could tell something was off. Again, he played decent, and again, I'm not gonna say he didn't have a good game, but I think he had 8 shots before he finally scored.
The amount, I think he had the record amount of his shots in his Premier League career today. Obviously, with the holiday period that it is as well, a special moment for Salah and obviously everyone around the world with Ramadan as well. It does take a lot of energy out of all the players, not just Salah, but anyone, obviously, with Ramadan, the nutritional point of view as well. But I think Salah, I was doing my watch along as well today, lads. Before we got our winner, I was just calling upon Salah just to do a Kevin De Bruyne, step up when the time is needed and just win us this game. And he done that. And as the lads have alluded to, obviously the great build-up play, a phenomenal ball by Szoboszlai. I don't think it's getting talked about a lot, but that's Szoboszlai ball into the channel, inside to Maka. But Salah, he done his job today. And obviously he's just saving a lot of energy, coming back from injury last couple of weeks ago as well. So yeah, Mo's just he's preparing himself for Manchester next Sunday.
Well, I'm just looking now. That was Mo's 25th goal involvement this season in the Premier League.
Not too bad, is he?
Again, yeah, it's not too shabby. Let's say at least anyway. But Niger, I think, as Jack mentioned, in terms of Szoboszlai and Mo, I think having our best, midfield and front line, I think is going to be so important for us going into obviously the run-in. Of course, I think for me, I think the only slight change you could probably make to this front three is probably Diogo Jota for Lucho, maybe, or even Darwin, considering the game.
Yeah,
but
glad you mentioned the name, because I was just going to compare it there. I was on Twitter earlier on. I was just keeping an eye on what was going on Twitter while the game was on, and you get the usual rubbish, Salah, take him off. He's doing nothing. He's just him. Mo and Jota could do absolutely nothing for 95 minutes, get one chance and score. That's why he's there. That's why we won the game today, because Salah did it again. It's as simple as that. Why do people keep doubting him? This one season wonder crack is going on for 7 years. You know what I mean? It's a load of rubbish. Like, I mean, he's the best player in the Premier League. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah. No, he is. Like, for me, it will depend on who wins the Premier League, I think. But when we talk about PFA Player of the Year, there's three names for Liverpool that's up there for me. Like, and one is Mo. I think he's up there. I think Virgil's the other one.
McAllister.
McAllister's up there.
I'm not saying Gomez would win it, but if you had to pick a Liverpool player for the most surprise and most deserving of an award this season, I'd say Gomez.
Sure,
he's been exceptional. Even when he has made a mistake once or twice this season, he's always recovered. He's never let it affect him. Even Alisson as well. I think we all it's become the norm now, where how many times this season you think we can all rattle off a game where even Kelleher today, again, exceptional. But shout out their goalie as well. How the hell he got down to that Salah shot.
Great day.
That was probably save of the season for me. Of potentially, I know we've got a couple of weeks, but ridiculous.
Ali against West Ham. That's my save. Or against Newcastle.
Yeah, as well. So
I like when he didn't go in, I thought I'd tripped a little bit. I thought he'd gone in and he called it out of the net, and I thought, wait, that's gone in. And then when I looked at the replay, I was like, oh Jesus Christ, what a save!
Talking deflection as well, ridiculous.
But I think that just goes to show again, like the fact that Liverpool, we could finish games a lot quicker, but we just obviously a great save here and there, and obviously not taking our chances. Like I think with you look at today's game, obviously we spoke about Lucho getting his goal, which again is great for his confidence, and obviously Mo showing Mo Salah. Obviously Darwin got a little bit quiet today, but again I think that there's certain. The thing is, Darwin Núñez can have, like as Knight said, it same with Jota and with Mo, can have no goals, no assists, but the work that he does off the ball and the work he does on it as well, in terms of the build-up play, in terms of again connecting Lucho and Mo to it. Like this Liverpool attack for me, I think is the best in the Premier League. I know stats say Arsenal have the best attack, but
it's the best attacking line in Europe, made by a country a mile. if they're all in form, I'm sorry. People might speak about Real Madrid. Yeah, they're forward three, of course. But when you speak about the whole depth, I'd say Liverpool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Nigel, would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can include Szoboszlai in the with the lads as well, with the front three, because he can push forward into that and make it a 4. So yeah, definitely. And like with Jota there as well, it's a phenomenal quartet, quintet, sextet we have there. It's amazing.
Yeah, 100%. As well, let me get back into your guys' comments as well, as I just seen that. Like I was calling Q a prick, not Jack.
Oh, we know. Only one, and you know what? Oh God.
We're not saying Jack isn't like, but you know, like,
yeah, I am one.
Mo will be shattered. Surprised he scored in Ramadan. They usually stay up to eat with clocks going forward. He probs had no sleep because it goes light quicker. Yeah, 100%. Again, a difficult time, obviously for everyone. Yeah, as I was mentioning, the Ramadan will be done on the 10th of April, I think, as well. So not too long then for it, but has to be Jota for Darwin. Says Red Machine. Again, make it a front 4. Why not? Get them all in. But I thought I was tuning into the show anyway. But Red Machine, not gonna lie, I think Gomez scores against Sheffield United. They're so bad. I've seen loads of people speaking about we should be scoring 9 or 10 against Sheffield. Like, just
I'm taking 1-0, man.
Yeah, like
let's
3
get
points.
1 first and then build on that.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be happy with 1, and then if it is more than 1 and we get 3 points, then happy days. Because at the minute we don't need goal difference. At the minute we need points.
If Gomez scores our company goal this season, whatever weekend it will be, where he just absolutely thunders it from 30 yards.
I've said this. Joe Gomez will score the winning goal for Liverpool to win the title. That's my prediction for the back end.
That would be poetry.
We've got like, well, the last couple of weeks we've had a lot of poetic stuff happening. Obviously with Alonso and this. Obviously that's not going to happen now. But there's been
a poem now.
Yeah, but there's other poetic stuff that can happen this season. Obviously, Jurgen's final season, winning the Premier League, that'll be one of them at least there. But Gakpo again looked better on the left. I know only a little cameo, but yeah. To be fair, and this isn't me having a go at Cody Gakpo at all. But if anyone saw Joe Gomez absolutely have a go at Cody Gakpo, it was the most funniest thing going. I think it was in that counter where I think Brighton had a chance towards the end. He was livid with Cody Gakpo for not running back. It was, if anyone sees it, go on Twitter and
that's what you need, lad. Joe Gomez has been at the club for the longest out of all of them. He knows what it is to support, probably support Liverpool now as well as play for them. But yeah, especially that's what's needed. You need that, even if you fall out. At the end of the day, the big boys, and that's what you want. We've got so many leaders, and Joe Gomez certainly this season has grown into obviously the leader in that team as well. So long may it continue, mate. Because so even I'm pretty sure Gomez will have a telling off by all of them, but I'd much rather than that. This is what Jurgen Klopp, if he with him leaving at the back, the leaving this year, I think that's one thing that he's done so well is instilling that winning mentality, instilling that the amount of leaders in this team as well, that this squad is capable post Jurgen Klopp either. So sometimes just in-game manage themselves as well, coach themselves.
Yeah, 100%. Well, to be fair, Jack, you actually mentioned Jurgen Klopp there. Today was his 300th Liverpool win in all competitions. I think people on Twitter was comparing what's been Jurgen Klopp's best victory for Liverpool so far. Chat, let us know your guys' thoughts as well, because a lot of people different
in the league. I'd say the Villa game away, and I think that could be massive. When we won the league, the Villa Robbo and Mane game, 5 minutes on the clock, get them beat 1-0. You're like done, but never say die. For me, that in the league, for me, that is.
Yeah. Ninch, what would be yours? Would
Well,
it be
that one, and earlier on in the season, the last minute penalty against Leicester. Mane got brought down in the box. James Milner. That was.
I'm not gonna lie.
That was killer.
My one is Man City at home in the Champions League. That was unbelievable. Like that Liverpool performance was no one could beat us.
Ox the night Ox scored that great goal.
Mm.
It was a great goal. That. Well, actually, the 3-1 against City in the league. Fabinho scored the first goal. That was my goal of the season that year. We won the league, and that was when you start getting and the 2-0 against United. But it was kind of done again then. But when you heard we're going to win the league at the end of that game,
Salah
scored. Yeah, that was immense.
Get us back to that time anyway.
We're winning the league this year, mate.
Yeah, no,
I know there's a long way to go, but if we just focus on ourselves, do our job, we'll be sound.
Well, I think taking a look at it earlier on, Liverpool under Klopp have only dropped, I think, 5 points in the last 10 games of a season on average. So when you think about it and look at the other teams as well, I think that Carragher and Neville said it. Well, they don't say many things right, but they said that to win the league, you have to get on 90 points this season. Now, for Liverpool, that's dropping 4 points. So that was 2 draws and the rest victories. Obviously, with the other games as well, obviously Liverpool, if they were to lose, for example, obviously City win, Liverpool still top on goal difference, but
Champions League football as well, though, lads. And
that'd be huge.
Could be pivotal. Could be
huge. They could play in the semis, Arsenal City.
And hopefully they kick lumps out of each other as well. And even if City or Arsenal do go to final, I think they might even prioritise that. Depending, because it's the easier draw, the other end of the draw as well. So you'd think whoever got to that final or the semis would have a massive chance for winning the Champions League.
Wouldn't it be the most ironic thing though that both of them get knocked out in the quarters? Like that would just be
no. They're getting each other in the semis.
I hope they do. I want it.
What are you saying, Nigel? What do you reckon?
I hope the stadium explodes.
Oh, bloody hell! No, we don't want that.
we don't want that.
No, we don't. No, I'm only messing. No, and I don't know. I wouldn't like to see any of them going through. I really wouldn't. I just don't. I can't. I didn't watch much of that game today, and it looked terrible. I just.
No. Do we think that they beat Real Madrid and Bayern? Like, I think Arsenal beat Bayern, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Real Madrid.
I'm sure Real Madrid, they might have a bit of payback in mind or something like that. But they're just not great at the moment. But Real Madrid kind of get results. City are just boring. They'll get results as well. But I'd like to see if Real Madrid could get ahead in front of them, just to see exactly what they have.
It is boring, but it's effective football, mate.
Oh, it is.
It is effective football, and that's what wins you titles at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them, I think, both the Bayern game and obviously the Real Madrid game for both teams, it's going to be intense, like it was today. I think Foden went off injured today. Not Foden, Ake and Saka both went off injured for both of them. So you'd like to hope that. Saka, obviously, for both teams, that it's not too serious.
Saka's all good.
Is he?
Arteta said he went off because he was fatigued. So might be something, but I think Ake is a big one, though. I think he's a big miss for City because he was holding his back of his leg, which, again, could be anything. But obviously, when you do look at all the teams, though, like I know City have got injuries. Obviously, I think today was that defense that end the game. They haven't played with each other, I think, at all. So that was the first time that they played with each other. But for Liverpool, we've got Ali coming back, Jota, Trent, Curtis Jones. Like, we've got really good players coming back as well into this team. And for obviously for the people coming back, and you look at the team at the minute, who goes out of the team?
The most surprising one as well. Sorry. What were you going to say there, Constantly?
No, Conor Bradley, I said, he doesn't deserve to get dropped, but you've got Trent coming back as well.
That's the headache for the new manager coming in, mate. Jurgen Klopp will be made up. I think he'll be going on hopefully a high at the end of the year, mate. But I think even Joel Matip, even if Matip plays one game this season, could be pivotal as well. I'm surprised he's even back out running, Matt, if I'm being honest. I think when he went off injured, I think we all anticipated him to be season over, really, but it wasn't the case. But yeah, it's massive, mate. Every player this season already, and will do in a couple of weeks' time, everyone needs to put the 2 pence in, really, and make sure everything's right.
Yeah, 100%. As well, obviously, let us know your guys' thoughts in the comments as well. Ramsey saying Kanate should get start midweek. Yeah, I think that's more or less confirmed that he'll probably play on Thursday. Our best win 2-0 over United in the league. Everyone believed after that we went 18 points clear that day as well. I think the most we went clear that season was 25 points, I think it was. In the 1920 season, I think we just beat Norwich 1-0 away. Take me back to that time. Anyway, but Michael says, I remember John Bishop doing a gag about his son's voice breaking. One day he was soprano. The next morning he was talking to play Scooby-Doo. Sorry, Jack. I just thought of that first as well. And Tony saying, Jota will be the most important, need his clinical finishing. Yeah. 100%. Again, Jota, probably the best finisher at the football club, I would say.
Easy.
Yeah, like he will be super, super important. But again, though, I think looking at it though as well, I think has he got 10 goals, 10 assists this season, Jota, in all comps? I think all our strikers have now.
All of them. They contributed massively as well, and that will be the resulting factor why we win this league title if we do. Of course, defenses win titles, and I'll always stand by that. Always, because of whoever the manager is for Liverpool, you'd have to have a solid basis, and it helps massively when you've got Alisson and Virgil van Dijk at the helm as well.
No,
but just want to say, if we can get a couple of goals, 2-3 goals ahead, we can hopefully on Thursday night make a couple of substitutions, bring on young Dans, give him a run, let them run, because he's lightning quick, and get the ball in over the top of their defenders and let him run at him. I'd love to see that. If we could get a lead and get him on there, get a couple of the kids on there, give him the experience. It's great for the squad.
Yeah, no, it would be. I think I've seen people already going, obviously, with the fixture list for Liverpool. I've seen people going, "Oh, we'll kill the games off in the Europa League with the first leg." Did you watch Atalanta this week? Like they battered Napoli. Like they humiliated Napoli away from home. It's not easy. Like, Liverpool have very tough. People go, "Oh, it's the Europa League and Liverpool's got a Champions League team." It's very true in that sense. But again, you can't treat anyone light in Europe because the quality level, I think we've all said it this season, the quality level in Europa League is Champions League level this season.
I'd happily sacrifice, I think every Liverpool fan would, the Europa League for the Premier League if we can guarantee it now. We'd all snap your hands off. But
absolutely,
football's not as easy as that as the case. So that's not the mentality Klopp will have. Of course, it won't be, and not the mentality I want, but I think if we can save ourselves even a couple of players being fit in the next couple of weeks in the Prem, and certainly.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with you on that. Let me quickly read out a few more comments. Go on, Nigel, if you got anything.
Yeah, no, teams have upped their games against us as well. You know what I mean? Guaranteed, they're going to Atalanta are going to play above themselves because they're playing against us. So just that's simple as that. It's just that's the way it is.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, saying Jota missed 3 big games: Arsenal at home, City at home, and United at home as well. Yeah, obviously he will miss. Actually, no, he should be back for United away, according to Klopp. But again, we don't really know much about. I know he's right back up running, but even Trent as well. Trent was meant to be back for Sheffield, but isn't. I think he did say today that Curtis Jones should be back on the bench for Thursday, which is great news. But of course, having Trent and Jota back will be huge as well. But agreed, Nigel, Gary. Imagine Jota getting those chances in the FA Cup against United. Yeah, the game would have been over. 100% on that as well. Nice
myself and Michael are going to see Jersey Dudek, Vladimir Smitser, and Luis Garcia on Friday night in Dublin.
No,
Yeah, should be a good night.
that should be very, very good. Did I miss any comment? Oh, probably I missed. Napoli are bad. To be fair, Barca beat them. True, but to be fair, Napoli still a good team in this area. But still, Atalanta, they won 3-0, but it could have been 5 or 6. Realistically, watching that as well. Anyway, but before we do shoot off, I know, like we said, 9 games away, but. Who do we think? Obviously, there's 3 teams in the title race.
But you can't predict it now, Connor.
No, you got to.
I'd say us, in being honest, it's in our hands, lad. Like, it is in our hands.
No, but
that's what you want.
What I was going to say is there will be one team that will drop off between the 3 of us. There will be, if things go the way we, could go. But what I was going to say was how many points do you think it will be to win this Premier League title? Because like I said, they said 90 should be enough. But how much do we think Liverpool have to get over the line?
I think it will be, the league will be won by, not saying the points total, but I'd say about 5 or 6. I think mainly due to the European advantage for all of them. I think it will be a case of, you look at Tottenham, you look at Villa as well. I think if Liverpool can avoid defeat against Villa, we can win that game. Win next week's massive on Sunday. Next Sunday is massive. We need to win there. None of this notion of 0-0 or getting beat. We need to win. And we need to win at Villa Park as well. If we can win them, I'd say we'll win the league.
Yeah, 100%. Nigel, for you?
One game at a time. I'm not looking anywhere forward. One at a time. Win Sheffield United Thursday night. That's as far as I'm going. I ain't saying anything else.
Yeah, 100%. Rivers going 8 wins and 1 draw as well. Anyone fortunate enough to be a game at Anfield before the end of the season?
No, I won't be. You will be.
Atalanta, yeah, I'll be at Atalanta. I will be. But yeah, no, apart from that, no. And plus, forget about towards the back end of the season because you're thinking about, I think someone said that a ticket will come to like 30,000 for Klopp's last game, which again is ridiculous in that sense as well. Anyway, but I'm saying the key will be the Champions League games. I think Arsenal will struggle with it. Plus, City look like they're not firing as well. Yeah, again. Injuries are going to be a big thing this season towards the back end anyway. But big thank you for Jack and to Nigel coming. Obviously, thank you for Jack for coming on with his throat as well. Go and rest up.
It's softened a bit more.
God's sake, Nigel. But before we do go off, anyone got anything else to say before we do shoot off anyway?
No, happy Easter to everyone, and obviously anyone celebrating today as well. And enjoy the scran and Easter eggs and all that, and all well and good. Up the Reds, and we go again on midweek Thursday night as well.
Yeah. Of course, I think we've got no gaps now from now until the end of the season anyway. But like I said, everyone, please enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy Easter as well, hopefully. And like I said, everyone's had a fantastic day. You better have, because again, what a weekend of football it's been for Liverpool. Anyway, but until next time, guys, that's going to be it from us. I've been Connor from the Cup Council. See you guys later on. Ta-ra.